Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Shadow Gambit, the Cursed Crew. With the third episode that I've done today, because I just cannot stop playing this game. I'd say send help, but I don't want help. I'm loving it.
What can I help you with, Navigator?
We've been on this journey for a while. I'd like to know a bit more about you.
Ask away.
How did you come to be?
Good question.
The captain created me. The first thing I remember is his voice, giving me my name.
I've met my share of ship souls, but none were as strong as you.
I was created from the fragment of an ancient and powerful soul. My potential has only grown with the voyages we made and the strength of my crew. Now, it's my turn, Aethia Manicato. Tell me about yourself.
Not much to tell. Grew up in Soulspire. Just another orphan swept in during the war. I always knew I wanted to be a pirate. Just didn't know how hard it'd be to get there. I took cuts and bruises, bloodied my hands and my soul to get that black pearl in my chest.
Curious. You seem to cherish your painful memories. I'll never understand that.
What? You never took a few punches to get a prize?
Not many. Usually when they happen, I unleash a memory and find a better way.
I see. That does take a bit of the fun away, don't you think?
If you say so, Navigator. Now, I believe we all have work to do.
Is that a meta conversation about save sculling? Anyway, let's hit the table.
No second thoughts, eh?
We're going to go to the Isle of Penance today. We're going to bring upgraded Teresa for sure.
An old woman out, will you?
I like
Sorry, I can ask you.
Where to,
And let's see.
Navigator?
Ah yeah, we've got Zagan's Lair and lots. We'll check that out at some point. But the Isle of Penance, where dead people are sent to finish off the rest of their sentence. Bone and fingers. So we're looking for a skeletal hand by the look of it. It's night time. Got vigor boost of 3, crew size 3, medium. Get some soul energy and that'll unlock another crewmate for us.
We arrive at the Isle of Penance.
Pretty daring of Mordecai to hide a clue here. What led you to think that he did?
Years ago, an old acquaintance of the captain was imprisoned here. Her name was Bonefinger Bar.
I see. One of bone and fingers cold.
Precisely. Though how she is linked to the captain's treasure, I cannot say.
Well, let's ask her then. How do we get her soul out of this hellhole?
Touch the energy reliquium on top of the soul prison. I will handle the rest. Now, choose our landing, Navigator.
Okay, we've got 2 landing spots on this here island. Yeah, which one might be the best to come in by? A desolate beach that leads into Sinner's Port? Or do we want a gloomy beach that could lead to a rocky outlook for our escape? This looks easier. But then, I don't know which is best, so let's go for the gloomy beach. And let's bring along Salady
Let me at him.
and Teresa for our vigor boost. And who else shall come with us? So, Salady can hide the corpses that Teresa leaves behind. Teresa's upgraded, so she'll get her ash back. We could bring Afia, we could bring Yuki, but then Yuki could be on our next mission. We could do a DLC mission after this, perhaps, with Yuki and our new teammate, and one other. So which one of Afia and Quentin do we want to bring next mission? Maybe Afia, so let's bring Quentin today. Yeah. Now, first things first, grab everyone, get them into crouch, drop another quick
Welcome to
save.
the Horde.
Bonefinger Barb.
No.
Who was she to Mordecai?
Both she and us were part of the Dead Man's fleet during the evacuation of Port Royal. She and the captain fought a group of prognosticars together. I might have
Oops.
helped a little.
Didn't realise there was a watcher up there.
They forget, we remember.
Anyway,
Bonefinger Bar.
yeah.
Who was she to
Tell us
Morning?
again, please, Marley.
Both she and us were part of the Dead Man's fleet during the evacuation of Port Royal. She and the captain fought a group of prognosticars together. I might have helped a little. When the captain lost his hand to a burning blade, it was she who salvaged it in the chaos. We were thick as thieves afterwards. Went on many a voyage once the fleet disbanded.
Incoming!
Yeah.
Cover seeds.
Bit more caution this time. And Teresa's taken out a target for us, which is very useful.
This moment is ours.
So you two acolytes bugger off, please. I feel like we're going to have issues here with
3 little
footprints.
Oh, no problem.
But if we head on up here,
There shouldn't be
For desperate
Yeah.
cover, easy.
that guy is a bit sus.
tracks. What madness is this?
It'll only hurt a bit.
And down he goes.
Put the terror in them.
So footprints can be useful. They can get you into trouble, but they can also lure guards in for a kill.
Ugh, such paltry flames. Look at them. They
No.
hardly burn.
Truly pitiful. Nothing compares to her glorious gift.
Okay, so we've got two guys over there. This acolyte's kind of watching them, but
Oh, I like that.
let's bring along Salady. Can she drop down there? Or is that too high? Might be too high. Ah, but we've bought Quentin, haven't we?
I miss
So-
those sermons of Graham Bazaar.
They all seek my
Let's get you
riches.
two
The light of the sea
If
up
there
here.
is value,
to the sand.
it's mine.
I'd trade it any day for her embrace.
Teresa's already got her soul ash back, but it can't hurt to have them both up here. Those footprints are going to clear away before any acolytes come back.
It will be dealt with.
And now Quentin can do his
They'll
thing.
find. That don't work for me.
Okay, so we can't quite reach from here.
Nobody takes
What if
what's
he comes
mine.
around here?
Treasure fishing. Not right now. Can't do that.
Okay, I'm sure he can trigger these with...
At least we've done our task today.
Come fishy fishy.
Yep, there we go.
Line
Bonk.
and sinker.
Don't you worry, friend. Another stab and another down.
It's landed a heavy one.
And let's sneak this one away. So, lady, can you work
What
your magic
ails
for
your
us?
soul today? Mmm, souls from the
Good.
air.
Any coin?
Now, there is a badge,
These men.
the minimalist badge, for not using any distraction abilities.
Teresa.
I wonder if we can do that on this mission. I don't know if it needs to be done
Justice is hard.
on every mission, on every island, or if it just needs to be done on one island.
Careful negotiations.
But
Diamonds, rubies,
this
emeralds.
mission seems possible. We've got two kindred whom are in tricky positions, but if we can get Teresa up, she can shoot one of them. Let's see, we did gather up the soul ash, didn't we? Yeah, Quentin's gathered that back up.
Let the leaves cover. You wanna hide, yeah?
Yeah, I don't even know if that was
Oh,
necessary
this
or
is
not.
Fascinating.
How did Barb end up in this forsaken place?
It's her own fault she got stuck here. She sold us out to the Inquisition bounty hunters.
Oh dear.
Now that's harsh, even for a pirate.
We had a falling out. I still think it was because the captain decorated his hat with his chopped off hand. Horrible fashion. Regardless, we escaped the Zealots' ambush, so they put Barb in here instead.
Now this commissarius can see quite well.
The
But
White Crow stands ready.
yeah. Come on, Teresa, can you get all the way around there before... You can. Now,
I pray for your soul.
you could shoot that guy. So, lady, you could attack that guy. Quentin. We'll just wait for them to come around a bit. Yeah, there we go. You can
Sign your treaty
attack that guy.
to die.
Now, you on the other hand are watching that commissarius? Kinda.
Find it, people.
Yeah, it takes a while for them to drop after they've been sniped, so that sets an alarm off. So that ain't gonna work. We still haven't used a distraction yet. So what if Salady instead
Hiding
comes around
spot coming
here?
up. Let's cover this up.
Yeah, let me at 'em.
And
Don't
Quentin
sure it will be dealt with.
joins her. Let's try that again, but a
Keep
bit
it for
further
a rainy
round.
day, Marley. I can smell gold already. See, that's a big one.
Yeah, you get him in the bush.
It's a deal.
And then Quentin, you get that one in the bush as well, because
Landed a heavy one.
you are better at that sort of thing.
Need something, mate.
You can do it without having to stand up. Now, Teresa.
The White Crow stands ready.
I'd like to have you up top, I
Let
think.
these holy instruments separate flesh from sinners' soul.
And now, is there anything stopping you from just sniping?
Marley aids us. Justice has been
Not
granted.
really.
What ails
Yeah,
your
so
soul
lady
today?
can sneak over here.
This plan's growing on me.
That's
Too many
fine.
leads here. Huh. Strange soul pattern. You wanna hide, yeah?
And then,
Oh,
yeah,
I
come
like
up top,
that.
so lady. Get back the ash.
Good for another shot.
Lovely. Okay, so we've got a soul, an acolyte there. Got the one that patrols down there. That guy's got good range of vision, generally.
May they atone
And I think
in flesh.
Hiding spot coming
if we
up.
just
Let's
put a
cover
bush
this
over
up.
here, we're alright for the moment. Because, yeah,
I'll
he
trim
doesn't
their
see.
numbers.
Fair enough.
Treatment's ready.
Food for the vi-
Oh, no problem.
So that's another lad down.
One less to worry about.
Oop. I wanted to put him in there, but that's
Up
fine.
we go.
We can bring him over here.
Your urn has been prepared, sinner.
The main thing is...
Will
he's out of the
not
way.
reduce your sentence.
Oh, I didn't see that guy.
It'll only hurt a bit. Coming right up. Kill the. I
Yeah,
gotcha.
no one's noticing that.
I know right where to cut. Next pay. Oh, no problem.
Bit more progress on the dev kills. And now
Working
this
on
lad's
it.
going to come back in. And he's going to
Nice
get his
capture,
turn.
Marley. Let me see your soul. One let up we go.
Cool. Progress. Now that all this is cleared out, we could just go in that door. Is there any reason not to at this
Incoming.
point?
I'll trim their numbers.
To be confined,
Because that guy needs to go, just so that
long gone.
Swift shrub coming through.
Dreadful fate.
he's not overwatching the whole area.
A
Now,
memory.
do we take out the kindred? How easy is it to? That's connected to a trapdoor over there. So there's trapdoors about. What's that guy up to? He's looking about.
I do like this so far. They grow from the soul. Souls from the
It's just a
ground.
bush.
We'll burn it later.
This'll be fun to come back to.
So those two go round.
This plan's growing on me.
I'm glad
Now,
our souls were
can you see
spared such a
Too
that
many
guy?
leads
Not really.
Here. Next pay. I gotcha.
Yeah, let me at 'em.
I can still smoke
Cool.
in that bush, yes?
Okay, so we're behind a kindred.
You never cease to amaze, Marley.
Can Teresa, from her point all the way over
Fire
here,
hungers
see the other
for us.
kindred? No, she can't. What's in the way? That building.
These mournful cries.
The crow has
Sometimes
claws.
they follow me to my
I've seen it happen.
Be glad that it's just wailing. When you're down there, sometimes you see
And up.
Okay.
The
So from
future
here, is it a
calls.
problem? I don't think so. This should be
A
within
bolt
range.
For your
Good.
skull.
And then Salady, attack that one.
I have just the thing.
Oh shit, there's one over there who saw. Okay.
Try again.
And he is going to see, because, yeah, he's got range on him. So if we get Quentin over there, then this whole plan would be fine.
Sometimes they follow me to my dreams.
Welcome to the other side, badge
The
complete.
crow
Is that just for
flies.
killing X number of enemies? Perhaps. Now, where does that door go? Does it go anywhere?
Is there treasure?
Yeah, it looks like that's just a hiding door rather than a linking door. So how would one get up there?
Finders keepers, right?
I'm thinking it's not that hard.
Sometimes I wonder
If there is
death
value,
isn't
it's mine.
enough.
Why
We
should
just
do-
pop in,
To be
pop in
confined,
slowly into there.
Even when the body is long gone. What
We wait for these two to
dreadful
patrol
fate.
past,
Nobody takes what's mine.
and then we pop out there.
I'm glad
Just about.
our souls will be spared such a cruel fate.
Indeed. So
Okay,
long as we
so-
don't stray from the maiden.
Fishing for another memory.
Quentin, stab that guy. Teresa, shoot that guy.
Ready to serve.
Salady,
Coming.
shank that guy. Right. And action.
Who disturbs my sacred turf?
Kill the body, free the soul.
Good. Although, someone's coming up there.
A soul is lost to us.
Dang it. I didn't want to set alarms off.
Unleash.
How about
My
instead,
sight reaches far.
Teresa?
I see where this is going.
You come over here and you join. Well, you park in that bush for now.
Is something
Because I feel like you can shoot that guy.
With
And that
kind
guy
regards.
doesn't necessarily have anyone in his sound radius. So now it's a case of,
Let the
can
future
Quentin
come.
My chest. An offer I can't refuse.
What is that? These mournful cries.
You've not seen anything.
Sometimes they follow me to my dreams.
Oops. Where's Quentin gone? Right, we just need to get...
If there is value, it's mine.
These
Quentin
mournful
back in there.
cries. Sometimes I wonder if
Why is he
death
over there?
Isn't punishment enough? Well, now
It will be dealt with.
to be confined, even when the body is long gone. What a dreadful fate.
They may blame the curse.
The cursed are upon us.
Diamonds, rubies.
Okay, that could have potentially worked if Quentin
The
hadn't just
fire
gone all
hungers
silly with
for
it.
us.
If there is value, it's mine.
These moan.
Now it seems like it's just not going to work. Okay. Quentin, can you come this way instead,
An
please?
offer I can't refuse.
These mournful cries. Sometimes
Nobody takes what's mine.
dreams.
Yeah, you come down here, mate. Is there another way?
It will be dealt with.
I don't think there is. Dang it.
What is that? Sometimes
Okay, that might work if the timing's better on the commissariats.
The bait. Will it yield coin?
So we need to just watch that guy.
You threw your net and captured a memory, darling.
face the maiden's wrath.
But then that time a different guy spotted us, which is odd. Still want to get through this without distracting anyone. I mean, I guess, actually.
I knew this would come.
What am I thinking? I don't even need this to...
Especially please. My verdict is final.
Yeah. I don't need to do this all crazy like when I can just kill that guy first. Now, potentially, I can just get Teresa up there. Yeah, up she goes. Although, actually now we've got the same problem.
Ah, swift justice.
Which is that she can't kill that one because she's too
Even when
loud.
the body is long gone. What a dreadful...
But that's reduced the number of
Let
people
the
that can
future
see.
come.
They may blame the curse.
I cast protection.
So,
Death doesn't mean what it used.
so lady.
Need something, matey.
Yeah, I need your bush magic. I think.
I do
So you
like
pop
this
down.
so far.
You work your way over there.
Watch me go.
Yeah, why didn't I think of this earlier?
It'll grow real
She's
fast.
got a friggin' bush.
Wanna hide, yeah? Let me just take notes on that.
Right, so now that we've done that,
Then want it.
can we
Nobody takes what's mine.
get Quentin to sneak past this guy?
Well now.
Yes, that works.
If there is
Good.
value, it's mine.
Jeez, that was faffing. That was faffing.
Memory after memory.
But I want to get this minimalist badge, so there we go. Now,
Let's come to an accord.
please attack. So lady, please attack.
Coming right up. One less to worry about.
Cool. Now,
My
Quentin,
chest
please hide your
is
body.
off limits.
Sometimes I wonder if death...
What
And
ails your soul?
So lady, the same.
Souls from the air.
Good.
Nice
Now,
capture, Marley.
still going to be tricky to get all this done without distractions. But now, let's think. Yeah, because that guy over there is still watching. Yeah, so lady, come down please, if you can,
All right,
before those
easy
two
fix.
come back around. If we put a bush down to
Working
block
on
that
it.
guy's sight lines. Okay, there's actually no one watching over here.
Oh, I like that.
Where are you watching? Okay, you're actually watching over there pretty well. Dang it. And you can still see that commissariat. Okay. Although there is a little trick, isn't there? Let's see. But we'd want Quentin for
I'm
that.
glad our souls
The court
spared
is in
such a
session.
cruel fate.
Be glad that it's
Now,
just
maybe we
rain
want the lady
when
as
you're
well.
down there.
Basically what I'm thinking of doing
Sometimes.
Try
is you can
this
snipe
food.
people and then immediately grab their corpses to reduce the long death
Oh,
animation
This is fascinating.
that they would otherwise suffer. So
No
we
cover?
could throw a
Easy
bush
fix.
here somewhere.
Let's cover this up.
Nature spreads unchecked.
And then we could get Quentin into that bush.
Any coin? An offer I can't refuse.
Right, now, if
I
Teresa
knew this would
shoots
come.
this guy, and then Quentin grabs the guy immediately afterwards.
That's a big one.
The better part of me.
Strange.
Okay, didn't quite work. That guy saw too quickly. But it might have worked if we timed it better.
Teresa, para servirle. I see where this is going. I am your executioner.
Now,
Careful negotiations.
That's
a big one.
desperate times.
yeah, it did. Good.
Even when the body is long gone. What a dreadful fate.
They may
Cool.
blame
I
the
guess we
curse.
could have potentially done it with his
Fishing for
treasure
an
chest thing as
element
well,
doesn't mean what it used to.
but we did it that way and it worked just fine. Now, if those two move into that spot there, is anyone looking there? No, because that guy's looking straight forward. Because once these two are taken out, someone down there
Bush
noticed
for hiding.
temporarily.
Ah, souls from the ground.
Yeah,
I
once
am
these
just
two are
ready.
dropped, then there's only 3 left up here.
Interesting choice, Marley.
Souls will be spent.
Oh, pish. So maybe that's not the answer. Whereabouts do you see over here? Most of the way. Although, yeah, your range isn't good enough over there, but that guy's is. Right. Yeah, so lady, you hide in there.
Having is better
Quentin,
than
you
wanting.
follow up here. Don't think this is going to work,
Memories.
but it's worth a try.
Incoming.
That almost worked. Why did that guy suddenly see?
We will negotiate it once more.
Oh, because his view is slightly... Okay. So if we can catch him at just the right spot, maybe, then this can work.
Coming right up.
But that's not it. No, I don't think this is going to work. It's just that guy's got, like, the longest view range in the world. Although there is a spot here. This is the better spot for what I'm trying to do, to be honest. Yeah, we've got all the time in the world over here, haven't we? Although, no, because he can see there. So it still doesn't work.
It's a deal then.
Easy with a distraction item. But we're deliberately making it difficult on
The
ourselves.
lady at the ready.
Okay, let's try this. Yep, just about in range. Unless we do it with Teresa in tow as well. So what if we attack the front
Only
one
hurt a bit.
with Salady, and we shoot the back one with Teresa? I worry that they're going to get heard, though, is the trouble.
These mournful cries.
Okay, they're just out hearing
Sometimes
range.
they
What are
follow
you
me
looking
to
at?
my dreams.
You're looking over there. So what if we launch the attack?
Judgment is at hand.
My chest is off limits.
And then you grab that guy rapid.
Better part of me.
Be glad that it's just wailing. When you're down there, sometimes you see things.
Cool, that works. Somehow. But it works.
Again and again.
Now, 3 guys.
If there is value.
At this point, this should be straightforward.
Remedies for the dead.
Because they're not
This
really
plan's
in great
growing
view of
on
one another.
Teresa, ready to serve.
Oops, no,
Let
Teresa,
fate
just
be
stand there.
outjudged.
That's cool. Set up a quick triple attack, and
My verdict is final.
cool, 3 more down.
Need something, matey. It's all in
May as well hide the bods. And
Sinker.
yeah, the fishing rod also pulls back the soul ash, which is great.
Finders keepers. Right.
What are you going to tell us, soul reliquary?
I extend my reach through you. I summon the soul of Bonefinger Bar. Marley, you stinking sloop. Hello, Bonefinger. I believe you have something for us.
You leave me for decades in this hellhole, and that's the first thing you say?
The captain rarely mentioned you after your betrayal.
Oh, he remembered me enough to use me as a piece in his little puzzle, the old bilge rat. But he's gone now, isn't he? He said as much when he snuck in here.
What did he tell you?
Said this was a precaution. A way to make amends. Said if you showed up, he was already dead.
Yep.
He told me where he hid that rotten old thing for you. Free me, and I'll show you.
Very well. Betray us, and I'll put you back.
Yes! Free at last! To feel the sea breeze on my fleeting shape again. So long, you musty old bark. And don't worry. X always marks the spot, eh?
Lovely, a treasure map.
I like her guts.
As did the captain. Though I like her better in soul form.
Pretty harsh to leave someone rotting in this prison.
She deserved it. Her betrayal cut the captain deeply. I suppose he saw this as a just way to even things out between them.
What would you have done if she'd betrayed us?
I'd have unleashed a memory, and she'd be back in her urn.
Yep, makes sense. Now, X marks the spot. Where is X? It's out there. Okay. Now, Rocky Outlook was where we kind of started out, I believe. So we could carry on out that way. Or we could come out onto the beach. Yeah, we can come out onto this beach, can't we?
I can't refuse.
Because we've been out here before. Now, are those two patrolling guys going to patrol down here? Because if they are, then they're in trouble. Because we've got Quentin.
Let's reel them in. Cursed day.
Lovely. Another tragic accident. And we may well be finishing this mission without any distractions.
It's a deal then.
What would we have to do to free the other souls?
The energy reliquium can only summon one soul every hour. It would take time that we don't have.
We have cannons, eh? Why not blow this place sky high?
The urns are secured with a tiny spark of Maiden's fire. Any damage to them, and the soul inside would be consumed.
I feel rotten leaving them all imprisoned here.
As do I, Navigator. But we have no choice.
Right, so where does that go?
It will be dealt.
That one connects to the other side of the island. Okay. That's useful to know.
Will it yield coin?
Come on, treasure hunter. You've got a job to do. I know you like to look for this sort of thing, so out we go.
I can smell gold already.
I'm sure you can. Busy little scamp that he is.
Curious. That relic. Am I seeing this correctly? The captain's hand. I thought he'd got rid of it for good. And yet, here it is.
That's done with.
So this is the hand he lost at Port Royal.
I still remember the burning city. The screams of the innocent. We'd saved as many as we could. Even with my power, it took us countless attempts. The captain had just brought the last of the evacuees on board. And I noticed his hand was severed. I wanted to try again, but he refused. It was the smallest sacrifice. Saving his hand meant more lives lost to the zealots.
You did the right thing. They still sing shanties on Soulspire about you and the fleet.
It's all a memory now. What matters is that we have the relic. Return to me, everyone.
Okay. So the captain was a good guy then, if he's going around rescuing people from the Inquisition.
I have just the thing. Bring us back, Estelle.
And home we go. All sorts of badges. Ah, keep it simple. They changed the name. They either changed the name of the badge or I was just incorrect about it. But yeah, we finished a mission without using distractions. Take down 3,000 guards in total. We're well on the way to that now. A few more explorer levels. Getting there with hiding the bodies in bushes, as you might think. Visit the highest points of all islands with Teresa. Interesting. Well, maybe it doesn't have to be with Teresa, but it does say the crow flies, and she is the crow. So it makes sense to put her in high spots. And as you'd expect from a small island, it's a fairly small mission. The only thing that was making it difficult was trying to keep it simple. But hopefully that badge is only required once rather than once per island. It looked like it was. Took some puzzling to figure it out on this one, but All in all, I don't think it was a bad map to try it. Lots of time with Saladi, but a fairly even mix of kills. Teresa, extremely useful now she doesn't have to pick up her own Soul Ash. Now we can start a crew tale, and we can revive a crewmate, I'd imagine. Looks as though we do need to talk to Marley again though, so I think if we talk to Marley again, that will just allow us to revive more crew, so let's go and do that.
I was wondering where the captain's hand had disappeared to.
Pretty gutsy to use your own hand in a treasure hunt, and pump it so full of soul energy.
I'd still have preferred his hand on his body.
I guess sometimes you have to make sacrifices, even with your power.
Unfortunately, I cannot refute that. I will make do with extracting the energy from his hand.
Excellent, and now we can revive a new crewmate, but before we do,
The court is in session.
let's carry on Teresa's interrogation.
Now, what did you find, Crow?
The rum was definitely poisoned,
Didn't you come to that conclusion already?
but now I know more about it. The poison is like
Yeah, it was just a
none I've
guess
seen
before.
Tell me, how's the skeleton holding up?
It is poisoned.
But awake?
If you can call it that, yes.
Then I'll have to question him.
Good luck.
Yeah, that's the next sensible step in any investigation. Let's interrogate our skelly friend.
Once more onto the beach.
Boredom bears benevolent besiegements.
Excuse me?
Righteousness regards reindeers rotundly.
Right, indeed. Yeah, look, I just need you to tell me who gave you the rum.
Miraculously, mugs manage moisture.
Not much of a miracle. Now, once again, where did you get the rum?
Whimsical whereabouts wine wondrously.
Ugh, that stuff was even stronger than I expected. I'll have to talk to the Marley about this again.
Right, so far this is going very similarly to the ship's doctor
I've seen
mission,
it happen.
except we're using alliteration rather than shivering our timbers.
Ah, the crow crawls back cravenly, I see.
Not you as well, Marley.
Funny ship. Unfortunately, I need a coherent and not an alliterative statement.
The mug alone isn't enough evidence.
No, as I said, I haven't seen this kind of poison before. I need to find whoever served this sludge and see if they have more of it. I wish I could take a peek into the head of that darn skeleton.
I mean, we could.
There is one person who could.
Oh no.
I'm only saying that, as he can do what you asked for.
Out of the question. I'd rather burn 1,000 millennia in the Maiden's stead before working a second with that imbecile. I'll find a way to get that skeleton to talk.
It sounds like we've got a buddy cop scenario on our hands.
A good knock to the head may resolve his issues.
I mean, I don't know about that, really. Use the crossbow.
I see where this is going.
Could go all the way up to our crow's nest to do it, but that seems a bit unnecessary. So that's where we hang out, I guess, up there with our table and our things.
The crow flies.
Heck with it, we'll do it from here.
I send you my resolve. I am your
Bam,
executioner.
have some of that.
Ah, swift justice. How do you feel?
Jugular juxtapositions joust, jesters.
No better.
Maybe I'll have to get more creative. A little soul essence, maybe.
Now, I'm not sure who it was that she might have to end up working with, but I'm pretty sure that she's going to have to end up working with them.
Judgment is at hand. Avert your gaze.
This ain't going to do the job.
And?
Antiquities accelerate arbitrary angles.
Rayos y centellas. It seems there really is no escape. I'll have to ask him, but I can't do it now. I need to rest as much as I can beforehand.
Now, who's the him we might be asking? It's not a fellow crew member. It could be Pete or the Nameless One. Gertrude's not him. Marley's not him. Afia's not him. Estelle's not him. I guess we'll have to find out another time. But for now, we've got a crew member to revive. And
I'll be there soon.
we're going to go with our chef, I think. The main reason being, aside from Salady, this is the only other guy who's got a quick kill animation. And so I probably want one or the other of them on every mission.
Always move forward.
But also, I think, if I remember rightly, he's originally from Japan. It might be nice for Yuki to have a friend who can chat about Japan with her.
Cards. You still owe me for the last few games.
Another black pearl in my chest. A feast of energy for my soul. Much obliged.
So, you're Toya of the East.
Just Toya, if you please. This ocean has been my home for longer than I ever lived in Japan.
You're the assassin who challenged the Dread Captain and became the ship's cook.
You seem to know a lot about me, when I don't even know your name.
Afia Monekato. I'm the Mali's new navigator, recently hired.
A promising start. I look forward to seeing you work, Afia Monekato.
Welcome back, ship cook. You must get used to your new pearl quickly. The training deck is ready for you.
Understood. A few minutes of practice will be all I need.
So let's see what Toya can get up to, shall we? We've got Bird's Voice, Shadow Step, and the challenge. So Bird's Voice I know. It was Yuki's ability back in Shadow Tactics. So, he's a ninja, so he's pretty agile. Yeah, we can lure guards over to where he currently is. And then we can shank them in the head and neck. Is that a pile of fish?
An enemy approaches. Death awaits the fiend.
That looks like a pile of fish.
Father strategy.
Now, let's lure him to there.
Alright now, who was that?
Round he comes.
Victory is mine. The expected outcome.
Yeah, nice quick kill.
For someone whose bones brim with soul energy, your little flute remains humble.
Noise is the salt of any good ambush recipe. Magic or no, the oldest tricks never fail. The dish takes shape.
Fair enough. Not all guards are affected, so Commissarius will turn, but Acolytes will come. So we can use it in a position where they'll both hear it. And only the Acolyte bothers to actually come and have a look.
Blood and silence. A refined
Which means they die.
The heart, raise with your legs.
Now, yeah, as with Salady, he is a standing carrier. But I guess there's not a lot we can do about that.
Prepare for death. A lock needs a key.
So, Shadow Step.
I'm going in.
Let's see what this ability is all about. So we can place a Katashiro on any location, and then we can immediately teleport to it with Shadow Step, and if a guard is in the area, we just instantly attack them. Okay.
Aye.
So it's already been placed in front of the upcoming guard. Press G to automatically jump towards it.
I will be back. My charm floats gently. A villain enters its range.
Nice. So it's not a quick kill,
On my way.
but it gets the job done. S to select it and place it. Then Bird's Voice to lure people into it. Yeah, that makes sense.
A memory for the Mari's home.
So it's like a manually triggered trap, really.
Good taste. Preparing the ingredients. Get ready to strike.
Who disturbs my sacred task?
And then when you walk into it, we will press G. Yeah, good. So we can attach it to other guards. And then when they move out of sight, we can shadow step to attack them. Okay. Let's come on back, friend.
2 in 1. Nakama.
Good.
The Mali remembers.
Now bugger off again, please.
I've another recipe executed to perfection.
Down he goes. Cool.
The enemy is thoroughly sliced. 7 cuts is a bit extravagant, don't you think?
Of course. Any recipe needs flavor. A useful gift.
And down goes another lad. And there's the door. So this shadow step could take a little getting used to, but we will see.
A challenge, is it? Excellent. I'll have a taste of your cooking, Mali.
Okay, so we got 2,
We may return here.
but only the guard at the back is going to come around the corner.
Hey!
What is this racket?
Fiend.
Now, are they out of range?
Horrors lie hidden in the brush.
I am the blade.
Nope, they're within range. We might have been able to get them out of
Our
range.
options for variety.
Maiden.
Yeah, just about.
Sufficiently. A heavy customer. All in one motion. This will raise with your legs. Hey!
Okay, so that's those 2 done. And we've got a guard.
A memory
Got
for the Mali's
patrols, maybe?
horde.
We got anyone that patrols? No?
I follow the plan.
No. But we've got people that we can distract out of the sight of others. So that's good.
The dish takes shape. The oldest tricks.
I heard that. You
Yeah.
fiend.
You're the only one who's going to come around. When you do,
This shall.
down you go.
A heavy customer.
Now, can we just throw you off the edge? We can't. I feel like we don't need to move your body because otherwise there'd be a convenient bush for it.
A refined
But either way,
decision.
we'll tuck you over there.
Good timing, Mali.
And now we've got bushes there at least.
In a moment.
Well now.
Seven blades.
No.
I
Yeah,
will be
we'll
back.
pop that there. And
A
then
useful gift.
you're the only one who's gonna...
Cursed are here.
Why did that happen? Why did I not just do a flute?
Hey!
That was no mere animal.
And then... G. Cool.
Measure once, cut 7 times. Raise with your legs.
And into the bush with you. Now, you're the only one who's
A
going
simple
to care
method
about
of deception.
this, I think.
I follow the plan.
Who disturbs my sacred task?
Yeah, this isn't a terribly challenging
Prepare for
set
death.
of challenge
Our
missions.
object- A lock needs a key. A heavy customer.
Because, yeah, all we really had to do was use Bird's Flute for a lot of that without using Shadow Step.
Strike with precision.
Kill that
The
guy,
expected
because we can,
outcome. Aye.
and off we go. So that's Toya's stuff dealt with, and he's ready for a mission.
Well done, ship cook. Now the riddle hold awaits your blade.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the riddle hold. We need one more.
Toya.
Aye, here to reap the culinary plunder of land and sea, and discover the perfect recipes for the dead.
That sounds good to me.
That should be satisfactory. I will return to my galley now, if you don't mind. Lots of skeletons to feed.
There we have it. We're ready for another mission to begin. So maybe next time we do Yuki's first DLC mission. Bring Toya along for a bit of company. And someone who hasn't been on a mission yet. I think Fia might be the other one who's got some bonus vigor for us. But we'll figure it all out next time anyway. Until then, thanks for watching, friends.